One of the broadest questions is what makes you happy? Which is interesting because it seems like you can make a good argument why the most secure positioning for your happiness would be to be primarily, if not completely, internally validated in a way. And by that, I basically mean to empower yourself to create your own happy perspective and basically appreciate things so much in your own unique way so that you really appreciate things deeply and in detail and the process of it and you see the growth of it, then you're just going to be happier because you're going to be appreciating the tiniest things, but they matter. I mean, and then you do that with everything, and then you just start understanding life as just this growth experience, and you love it. It feels amazing. It's flourishing. It's cool because when you start doing that, you start to actively just start creating your reality and the law of attraction. It's really I really believe it. I think I believe it's worked in my life. I feel like I know. I want to say, but yeah, it's just great, and you're happy all the time. And in your circumstances, it's like the internal comes first, so you create your happiness and your perspective that you decide to value things like that, and you live by that intention in life. And then your external just starts getting better, but it's because you went for the internal first. But then you don't really even care that the external is getting better because your happiness isn't into that. But it's a nice bonus. Obviously, it fucking feels good when you're creating success for your life. You're setting yourself up, creating your own system of doing things instead of being a victim of it all the time. And the other side to it is when you're externally validated, I guess, for your happiness, and that's when you start to rest your happiness too much in other people's opinions and their ideas of you and things along those lines. But you do need to take external factors into consideration all the time because you don't want to just be blindly going off of your own self-created perspective, because there are people out there who have better arguments than you do and can really challenge the way that you decide to view life in this. If you're going for this idea of love and positivity, for example, and just happiness, then you might be kidding yourself in some situations, I guess. And that's not to say that it would ruin the way you think about it. It's to say that you can improve to make your happiness more reasonable. You can get more creative with it, create a better argument to convince yourself as to why you can become happy. So, and just not giving up on that. Just get creative. And if you appreciate and value your own opinion enough, then you're going to be able to convince yourself. But yeah, I got a little off topic. Like, take other people's feedback into consideration because other people will challenge your ideas forever. You're not always gonna have the best idea on how to look at it. And then at the end of the day, you can look at the situation and really like try and be unbiased and take in both perspectives on things into consideration and maybe take a little from each or something like that. You don't have to be all or nothing. And then make that judgment call for yourself. And as long as you're not creating harm and you're gearing towards love and positivity in life and just appreciating things and so that you grow from them and create success in your life, then it's not going to matter. Next, what about you? How much of your happiness do you rest in external things like materials and just things outside of yourself, I guess? And do you surrender your perspective to other ways of thinking that don't really need to make sense to make you feel bad? They can make sense to make you feel good and kind of, just value your own internal instead of thinking that these externals define you in life. I guess we didn't talk about externally validated happiness all that much, but I think, everyone kind of understands because we've all been externally validated before, especially when younger, I think. So it's just it sucks. You're kind of just surrendering your perspective to other people and you're not even making a reasonable judgment call on that, or you're not just taking other people's ideas in consideration. You're actually living by them, unfortunately. So I don't know. How much do you lean towards that, and then how much do you lean towards creating your own perspective? And do you think you're balanced in taking, external feedback and challenging opinions into your scope? Because you don't want to be the person who's just biased to their own ideas all the time. That's lame as fuck. Last thing, as a reminder, I'm only talking about what works with me. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's easier to create a better argument for why you can be internally validated instead of externally validated to be happy. But some people are externally validated, and I don't know, maybe they have some type of happiness from that in some way, shape, or form. Who knows? Talk about it, chat, leave a comment.